Welcome back to Broke and Living.
You want to be me so bad, like so bad.
You know, you keep saying that, but you just know it's not the truth. You just want to be me. Like, I don't understand. Like, literally, somebody said in the elevator yesterday.
And what would those perks be? No, just
You're sick. You're sick.
Nah, I love Michaela, y'all.
You're a sick individual.
So, welcome back. How was your day?
Oh, it's been good. Yeah, I had class. I did not want to go to class. Like, I was really hoping that you would text in our class group chat and be like, since there's not much for us to do, like, let's just not have class today. That was not the case. like, I still had to go just for us to talk for like first 10 minutes of class, just for her to check in and see how everyone's doing. Cause it's y'all, that class has been causing me stress. It's not even the teacher or the workload. It's what I have to do for the class. I cried twice last week. No, 2 weeks ago. I don't know. It was a lot. But yeah, she had me sitting in class for a whole hour and a half. And I was like, just for me to be doing work that like, well, not that I already did, but I was just finishing up like other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then class ended. JP bought me a bowl.
Period.
Yes, I'm draining him of his money because I am broke. So I'm taking his money. Plus he offered to buy it for me on Tuesday. And then I was like, you want to buy me another one today? And he was like, are you serious? I'm like, well, yes. Like, yes. And I was like, but I'll get a small this time because he got me a large. So yeah, I got a small. And then yeah, I was just scrolling on Instagram and I ended up on Baddie's Instagram. So I was on there for a couple of
You need to get off there before you get the season spoiled. That's what I was saying. You need to just leave it alone because the season is already over and the reunion is already out. So like the more you look, the more you're going to find out.
Okay, I will say I did see a couple of spoilers, but it wasn't enough. Like I would see it and I'm like, oh, this is in Midwest. Let me scroll. Warning to my back home friends. I'm coming back with a new attitude.
Yo, Michaela's ready to fight everyone,
like,
y'all.
You're not ready for this bitch right now. Like, you're not ready for her. You don't know her like that because she's been masking her.
You know, she's been undercover.
She has been undercover. Yes, she's been trying not to make you people uncomfortable, but she's coming out. She's coming out. She's coming out. But yeah, and then I took a nap.
I'm scared of Baddie's Michaela, y'all.
Baddie's Michaela is scary. She's basically just me crashing out, but like in a
on the crash out. No.
But she's in a badder bitch form. Like, don't fucking play with me. Oh, don't.
You see what Baddie's is doing, y'all?
Don't play with me.
It's
Sorry,
rotting the brain.
Yeah.
And this is why we'll get into our topic later.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But how was your day?
My day is good. I just had work, which Bryce is always doing. I mean,
But you got caught at.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out Kara catching Bryce at work.
Yes. You know, doing my little tours. And that was pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot you don't have classes on Thursday. I always be forgetting. Yeah.
No, I stick to my business and keep it going.
Yes.
Okay. But while we're at it.
Oh,
y'all.
yes.
The time that you guys are seeing this, you guys have a couple hours left. You guys probably have like 7 hours left. So I need you to click that link in the bio and go vote for my friend.
Go vote.
Kai Delua, who is a music artist. She is running to perform at Wango Tango. She's not like, this is pretty much like a special competition that they do for up and coming artists so that they can perform at like an arena. It's Wango Tango, y'all. If y'all don't know what that is, it's by iHeartRadio. It's like their own little concert that they do. And she has the opportunity to perform and win $10,000. She's in first place right now.
Oh, she's in first?
Yes, there's like different rounds.
I know. Oh, okay.
So
when I went to go vote, she was at number 3. So it's good to see her
She's
at number 1.
So
yes.
Please go and vote. The time that you guys are seeing this, it's literally the last day, the last hours. So please just put in that one vote. It's free. It's a daily vote. Well, you only need one day because it's the last day.
Yeah.
But please vote for her, y'all. She's put in so much work since middle school. Like, when I tell y'all, we used to be dreaming about this. And it's finally happening, so I have to support because, you know, I always told her, I was like, I'm your little manager. And literally, what was it, 9th and 11th grade, or 9th and 10th grade, I'm like, oh, I'm your little manager, you know, Kyla, you know, y'all. So please support her and get her to Wango Tango.
Yes,
please. Do it for us.
Wango.
Do it for me.
Yes.
But without further ado,
yes,
let's get into this topic today.
It's a good one.
So, as you guys know, we are Gen Z. We are also the real Gen Z.
Yes.
2004 babies.
Yes.
You know, I mean, there are other Gen Zs, but
Yeah,
we
but
are
we're-
the actual
Who's
definition.
The cutoff? The cutoff is like
2010 or something like that. 2009, I think, or 8.
I think it's 10 because my
Yeah.
brother is part of
'Cause
it.
it's like- I think
it's
they
like
do
a
it by the
cutoff.
decades.
Yeah.
So, hence why I had to say that, because 2008 Gen Z, 2009, 2010 is not us.
No, it's not. That's my brother. He is literally turning 15 tomorrow. Shout out Jadon. Happy birthday, boo boo.
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday. But yeah, I don't count him as Gen Z. Like,
I don't count it, even though like factually they would count him as Gen Z, but I don't, because it's after like 2006, 7.
Oh, I was thinking 7
That-
too.
Like after that, it's
I'm
like
barely
I'm sorry,
counting
I
you.
can't see it, because I think 6 and 7 they're about to graduate.
They
high
are.
school.
This is their graduation
Yeah,
year.
like that's the cutoff.
Because that's my other brother's
We're
birthday.
about to finish college. We have one more year. So if you're still in high school while we're about to graduate from college,
Are
I
you
just
really
don't
Gen
count
Z?
you as Gen Z.
Yeah.
I don't. But comment down below what you guys think is Gen Z. Like what years you guys think is Gen Z? Because I count from 2000 to 2007. After that, I'm sorry.
are you?
8, 9, and 10.
What is that, Alpha?
Yeah, I think is it X? Nah, it ain't X.
Is it X?
No, because that would be before us.
Yeah.
It is Alpha.
I thought
Because there's something that's like Gen
thought it was
Beta or
millen-
something.
it was X millennial.
Oh, that is
then
what it is.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I think it is Alpha.
Because my mom is a millennial. No.
Your mom would be.
No, yeah, because she
'Cause she
graduated
was-
in the 90s. Yeah, so
'Cause
she
she's an
is.
80s baby. I
Yeah,
think.
she is.
Yeah.
70s,
late
79.
70s. Oh,
yeah,
so late
79.
70s. Yeah, that's millennial.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't. Y'all see how I don't know what Gen Alpha is. Like Gen Alpha.
Who
What does
are
that even
they?
mean? Because I've
No.
heard Gen Beta. Like
See, we do know Gen Alpha. Which one is that? Is that
no shit. Search that out.
Okay, well, hold on.
Hey Siri.
Yeah.
What is Gen Alpha?
I don't like using my cereal.
Generation Alpha is the demographic cohort succeeding Generation Z and preceding Generation Beta.
Yes.
Okay, so they're the like
It's before
2010.
Jennifer
Jennifer-
Beta. Yo.
Jennifer Hudson, J Hud. I know that's who you're talking about, right? Right.
It is before Generation Beta, but it's
Which is the new
after
one.
Generation Z. So yes.
Okay, so Alpha, they're too grown.
Yeah.
Basically Generation Alpha to me are the 11, 12-year-olds going into Sephora and getting drunk elephant retinol for their skin.
You know what? I have a
Oh,
I have a thing with that.
Okay, yes, because
So you say what your thing, and I'll
Okay.
pretty much give my rebuttal.
basically when I was their age, yes, was I going into Sephora? Yeah, I was. But I was only going into Sephora buying like nail polish. Like I was buying things I knew my parents could afford, and I was not buying things that I knew I didn't need at that age. Like I was buying like I think the most expensive thing I bought was like I don't even know, like maybe like brush cleaner, like bruh, I don't even know, you guys, but I wasn't in there buying like heavy duty skincare for like I can
Yeah.
barely afford that,
I get that,
right now.
yeah.
So it's the fact, and you know what the problem is? It's those damn millennial parents. Like I'm
I was
calling y'all
gonna get
out.
into that.
Yes, I'm calling y'all out. I don't give a crap if your kid did good on their report card. I don't give a crap if they're a good kid. If they're a good kid, how about you steer them into stuff they're supposed to be into at that age? Why are you, oh, she's such a good kid, she gets good grades, let me buy her this drunk elephant retinol, damn well knowing she doesn't need that?
Yeah.
Don't be doing that. Like, I think that's raising them to like too quickly. Like I think that's like you're raising, and I'm talking like from suburbia.
Yeah.
Like you're raising suburbia kids like city kids. Like city kids, they already have to grow up pretty fast because they're in such an environment where things move so fast. So they're already kind of like grown when they're at that age. But I think suburbia kids are different. Like I feel like they shouldn't grow up too fast. Like I feel like they're kind of like like, I hate to say, like, in a bubble.
Like sheltered.
Yes, but it's also like this is a different type of like shelter. I feel like I'm spinning into something else.
No, I get what you're saying. Like you're just saying like there's are certain things for certain age groups. Like once you hit like preteen, that's usually when people start getting into like the
makeup,
skincare and stuff. Because like even Proactive, like I don't know if you remember those like ads on Teen Nick. Like
it was you guys
promoted towards them. So I see. I understand. But here's
the thing: there were two different versions of Proactive. There was the regular Proactive, and then there was the teen Proactive.
And they
so
promoted
even
that
they like separate the age difference.
Yeah.
Nowadays, like people are not separating like age differences, and they just kind of clump all us like Gen Z, Alpha, all in the same thing, and that is not the case. Like I was not doing stuff millennials were doing. Like I was not on Tumblr. Like though that was.
Well, I can't.
Oh, okay, you were. You were. I didn't get on Instagram until like 6.
I wasn't supposed to have Tumblr. Like, was I supposed to have the social media accounts? No. But did I have them?
Yes. I mean, I begged for an Instagram for like years.
Oh, please. My sister got every account that I made got blocked. I don't know how she found out about it.
Really?
It was deleted. Like, I kid you not, I would make an account and I would be in like 6th grade. Like, we were not supposed to have Instagram then, like at all.
No,
like we were really the age where it was like the real restrictions. Like, oh, you were supposed to be 13. Like they were monitoring that.
Yes.
And I kid you not, every time I made an account, I don't know how my sister found out. I don't know how my dad would find out, but my account would be like, it would be like, sorry, you're not of age. Or my sister would be like, why do you have an Instagram account? And I'd be like, wait, what? I'm like, how?
See, that's the thing. I was the oldest, so like,
well, yeah,
so like, I'm like, it's different too because like, my mom, like, even now, like, you see like 6-year-olds with full-on iPhones. Like, what the fuck do you need an iPhone for? Like,
that's true.
I was like, at that age, I didn't even I had an iPad, I had like an iPod, but you can't call. Like, I don't know. Like, our generation, we were like the generation where like technology was really booming. And we got like every new thing, every
but I think
Kindle,
that's why we have to like take that in account with like the kids who are going to Sephora.
Yeah,
because I feel like we're in like a different time now, but also social media. Like they're literally growing up when all they really know is of influencers. Like when we were growing up, like obviously like all we knew was influencers, but from like YouTube, it was different. Like we didn't really have TikTok. We had Musical.ly, but they weren't doing like
they were doing dances and lip singing.
Stuff. Like now they are, and that's what they're seeing. So like I understand your point, but I also get their point on like why they're going in.
Yeah,
because it's like,
continue
that's
on your
all
point.
They know, is,
right?
Especially if a little girl or a little boy, they see something on there, they're like, oh, I see Drunk Elephant all over TikTok. Oh, trust, I'm gonna go in because I would have did the same thing if I had if Musical.ly, if they were doing that, because when they did dances, I was like, hold on.
Right, like let me hop on this. Let me hop on this.
So that's why I understand the mindset, but I think it also has to do with the parents. Like the parents should be like looking at like, oh, what exactly do you want to get? But a lot of the products that they're getting are like, they're like grown, but then they're not grown at the same time. Yeah, like a lot of them is like, okay, why do you have Drunk Elephant retinol?
Right,
but at
you
the
don't
same
need that.
time, it's like, okay, like it's not doing nothing to you, but at the same time, it's like, why do you have, like, you don't need that. But parents, like, I guess they don't, we can't really even speak as a parent. We're just coming from the child point of view, but it's like, it looks like they don't really know. Cause I'm like, why are you going to get Dior lip gloss? Like, you could go get like Summer Fridays or something. You know, like it's expensive, but it's not like Dior lip gloss.
I accept Summer Fridays. I think that's an okay brand because it's just lip balm. It's just tinted lip balm. That's fine. Why, like, I get lip products are fine. Like in my opinion, it's the skincare and it's the Chanel Charlotte Tilbury. I butchered that last name. Like type products that you don't need that. You don't need that as an 11-year-old.
And I really can't blame them.
Yeah,
just because of the influencers. And I really like, I hate to put the blame on other people, but it, honestly, that's part of the influencing culture. Like that's literally why they have thousands of views, because there's kids on there that are like, hold on. Like the TikTok shop, do you really think they would really be booming the way they did if kids were not like seeing all them like TikTok shop has everything you could think of on there.
I'm scared to buy off TikTok shop though.
That's where I got my rug from.
Oh, you told me that. Yeah. I need to start buying shit off there, but I'm also broke. But what was I going to say? Oh, like TikTok. You know what our TikTok shop was?
What?
Those ads on Nick.
Yeah.
You got the like bubble, the like wubble bubble. You had the like slushy thingy.
Yep.
You had the what was it? The pillow pets.
Oh,
like you had the the stompers.
Rest in peace to my pillow pet, y'all. I missed her bad. I had a lion one too. Sorry to cut you off, but that one triggered me like bad.
Sorry.
Rest in peace to her. I need it now.
You know what's so sad? I never got any of those things growing up.
Neither did I really. Like,
I never
the
got a pillow pet.
was the only one I really did have because my parents were really against that. Like, they were really like, no.
Infomercials.
Because you had to call. Like, I tried calling on my house phone multiple times. Like, when I tell you I wanted that bad, I didn't know
I gave my
whose
ass
card I
beat
had
for
to
doing
use.
that.
Like, I'm sorry, I was calling. But then one time, which is how I got the pillow pet, is because we actually saw it in store. And I was like,
give it to me.
like, we don't have to call because my parents were just really scared about calling because you have to give like your card number. Like at that time, it was really like eerie. Like,
yeah,
I'm calling y'all to place an order and I give y'all my card number and then y'all do it there. It wasn't something like you send it in or I can do it online because there really wasn't that like Google. There was Google, but they didn't know how to use that yet. So I was like, oh, but I miss.
They did, but
I need it right now.
They did have like, because I know in Bed Bath and Beyond, they would have a scene on TV section.
Yes.
So that's probably, is that where you found the pillow pet?
No.
Oh, that's where I would see all that stuff, like the slushy stuff and stuff.
It was on Teen Nick or something like that.
It was
one of the
always
kids.
on Teen
It was
Nick.
one of the kid things because it wasn't Disney Channel, Avi, but it had to be Nickelodeon or something. Because I remember I used to see it on there.
It was. I'm telling you this right now. It was definitely Teen Nick because that's
Yes.
where I saw all my infomercials. Disney did not have infomercials. They
Which
had
I like though because they have their own. They had their own little multiverse, which was good. Like that's why it worked because we knew the main core people on Disney Channel, and if we saw them in an ad, trust, we were sitting there.
Right.
Trust.
And they were really good at promoting people's music. That's how Shawn Mendes got started out. Like, yes.
Chloe and Halle.
Hello. A lot of bitches got started on Disney. But I'm steering from the point.
Yes.
I think, I don't know. I feel like people, I see this comment all the time. People say Gen Z, like as referring to Gen Z, like we're the last generation that had a childhood. I see that all the time. And like, I wholeheartedly get it. Cause even down to Christmas doesn't have the same feel as it did like 10 years ago.
But I'm the way I'm like, but I think it's because we're old.
I do think
not saying that we're old, but I do
we
think
are freaking old.
The culture that we had is totally different. Like,
it is, yeah.
The things that we were happy about is different for their generation, which I think is weird. So I do get the childhood that like we had, they don't have, and I do count that kind of as a real childhood because everything is like, we had a lot of technology, but it was new.
Yeah.
Now it's like advanced technology. Now they're using like AI and stuff. So now it's so different than the technology we had.
Right.
So I do get the childhood. Like they don't really have like what we did. Even though a lot of people say that we like Gen Z doesn't really go outside. Like as kids, we didn't really go outside, which I think is a fake.
I think it's real but fake because I do know I did spend a lot of time outside as a kid, but I also felt like I spent a lot of time inside. Like I felt like I only really went outside when my cousins were over and when they'd be like, we're going outside. So I'd go out and play with them. But like after like an hour and a half, like 2 hours, I'd go back inside. Like I'm done. It's hot. Like, but I feel like that's just me. I just feel like I'm an in body, like an in.
You just like to be
inside body,
yeah. Which is why, like, that's why I really don't get it and I think that also is part of a childhood. Now, kids of days, I don't really think they would want to be inside because they also have access to phones, TikTok, hence the TikTok shop and all the Sephora orders.
Yes.
Like, that is their childhood, which is more technology than it was for us. Which, I mean, I still have to account for. We did have technology. Like I always have to say is we did have technology because that's one of people's like biggest things. Is like they always say like, Or when we say, oh, well, they have so much technology now, people are like, well, you guys did too. I'm like, yeah, we did, but it wasn't to that extent. Like,
right. It wasn't
now
like
they have
shoved
so
down
many
our
different things.
throats.
Like there's 16 iPhones. When we were kids, like there was only like 4.
Oh,
if
there
that.
were 4. There were
Like,
only like 4 or 5.
Our main childhood, like obviously in middle school and high school, there were more. Like there was a 10, but our childhood growing up, like kids, there were only like 3 or 4. Like
It was
now
like the
they're
first
at 16. They have like iPad minis, iPad big, iPad little, iPad light.
When there was just one iPad, like my mom got one of the first generations of iPads.
Like there's so many different technology things, which is different than us. So we can't really like, don't shit on us, y'all.
But you know what else I think is aging kids more to like tie into the technology is that like just like streaming and TV.
Yeah.
Because like we grew up with Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, and we sat down and would watch the shows the night it would come out and everything. Like, do kids even know what a DVR is? Do kids even know what pre-recording your shows look like? You have to go into like the season just started. Go in and
pre-record. Press that record button on the remote.
Pre-record the entire season of your show. Kids nowadays would never know how to operate that. Like I don't.
But actually, I wouldn't say that. I think they would, but they don't know nothing about it.
No, they don't know anything about it because now they have just like Netflix, Hulu. They have like all these like streaming services that don't really like filter out kids things.
Yes,
like
they don't.
And they just be watching like Stranger Things, which is like
because
too
there's less
old for them.
restrictions.
Yeah.
There's just no way to filter it out. Like I don't know.
Well, yes.
But they do have like some newer methods to filtering it, but there's no way of like censoring the content that your kids see. It's a little bit it's harder to do that now because they are creating so many things. And then also the like PG, what's considered PG is totally different than what was considered PG for us. Like you can say a lot more words. Like I did not know that you could say hell and shit like that. I don't know.
Who's saying hell and PG stuff?
No, like there's been multiple shows that I have seen that are supposed to be PG and they've said hell. And I didn't know you could say that now. Like
normally they're not. I remember when parents at like the daycare centers I would be at, like they couldn't even watch PG stuff. Like they had to only watch G. Yeah, because they were even worried about that. Because
I don't even think they make anything that's G now.
No, they don't. It's PG now.
But honestly, you know what? I would prefer something be PG sometimes. I mean, because G. Like, parental guidance should be for every show that you watch. Because even kid shows are sometimes dark.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you have to watch what your kids are watching. Because sometimes, like, why are y'all talking about death? And this is supposed to be a G show. Like, this is supposed to be for kids, and y'all talking about death, which I get it. Like, every kid goes through their own things, but
I can't. But let me not crap too much on like parental guidance on like TV and stuff because why was I watching Pitch Perfect and knowing all the dances at the age of 9? Like, I also like back then I really just enjoyed because they had funny moments and I really was just enjoying it, like watching it for the like music and stuff because a lot of the like inappropriate jokes that they had, because everyone knows that movie is PG-13, it just went up and over my head. So it's like
them kids be saying that on TikTok now. Like they be reciting word for word the stuff that they be hearing. Like I don't know.
I mean, I do that now, but that's
you're an
different.
adult. Like you're 21 years old,
right?
Bro. Like do that. Like please do that. I would expect that. But a 10-year-old, 11-year-old, like 9-year-old.
Why are you saying like why? And even though I've never seen it, but I know they be saying it. Like don't play. Like I know it. If you all can read lips, you know what I just said. Like, I'm not saying it because school, but I would not be shocked if there were kids out here saying that. But I know you have a couple questions for me.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of them actually works perfectly for right now. It's, do you think Gen Z is as progressive as we say we are, or is it just social media? And I'll expand more on that.
Yeah.
Meaning, do you think a lot of the, I guess like not even just social justice, but a lot of the things that people preach online. Do you think that reflects in person? Because that's been a lot of the critiques with Gen Z is saying that like y'all don't really act on what you guys say you do. Like you're just saying that like
you
you
just
don't
talk.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean I don't mean to bring this up again, but I do mean to bring this up. But like a part of that is even with like Palestine, like a lot of people really discredit a lot of Gen Z because they're like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like you're just, where'd you see that on social media? And it's like, no, I actually am. And even like on like even gay rights, like things like that, like a lot of people don't think Gen Z are smart.
Yeah.
And which I get it, because if I was older, like I don't be thinking Gen Alpha knows half the stuff that they probably do know. But that was pretty much just what the question was.
I can totally see that that like, oh, we preach on the internet, but we don't really do anything. Like I see it all the time, like very much so. People just posting on their story, like. But in my eyes, it's like that's the most we can do in certain situations. Is just like keep people aware of what's going on by posting like, hey, if you stop and you read what I reposted on my Instagram, then you have learned something today. But if you just click through it, then that's your own prerogative. Because it's like, to go off of Palestine, like it's just, we can protest, we can like, post, but like what are we what are we gonna do like physically? Like we can start as many like campaigns, as many like rallies, like I don't even like we can do as much as we can, but like at the end of the day, it's never enough. It's the same stuff that most people in their 20s in the 70s were doing. Y'all were just like, protesting. It's
literally the same thing. I just think we have a better platform when it comes to social media, so everyone can know about those things. But I feel like that whatever they say, I think it is just false. Like we use, I think, yes, for certain people, the progressiveness is just fake. Like it's solely just social media, because it's like, go out to an actual protest or something. You actually have to put like actions to those things. Or if you're talking about, no, let me not give examples.
On. Before you keep, I will give an example about that. Black Lives Matter is a perfect example of that. Like when all the protests were going on, there were so many like just tone deaf videos from like influencers being like, I stand with Black Lives Matter, or like the painting,
the
like,
profile pictures,
the profile pictures, the I wish I was the like
freedom to our equal,
the like doing right, the like same like like that was just too much. Like if y'all like, even
that was playing in our face, but
that was playing in our face. Like, do y'all even really care?
No.
Like, you just don't want to get canceled.
Because that's
the other thing I think that makes. I
have another question about cancel culture too.
Oh, we're gonna talk. Okay, then let me start it off real quick with cancel culture. I think, especially heavily on like influencers, and you can get canceled so quick over the smallest things, like. The Strinilo triplets, they were getting canceled because they kept posting like McDonald's and like all this stuff when the war in Palestine was like huge, like really big. I mean, now, it still is.
I really have to give it to the people, because
they were calling them.
If you have a platform like that, you should know, especially if you don't align yourself. Like, I love the triplets. I'm not trying to like crap talk them right now. Like I really do. And I know if like, I feel like their thing was they just weren't educated enough on it. So they didn't feel the need to like talk about it, but it's more of the fact that they were getting McDonald's, buying McDonald's, knowing that a lot of their fans support Palestine or are Palestinian, and y'all are buying McDonald's. Like, it just looked bad. And they didn't even fully get canceled. It was just their fans being like, please say something. Like, you're eating McDonald's, but you're not saying anything. Like, it's just like stuff like that. Like, it's like, if you have a platform, people want you to use it to spread the word, to spread. That's literally your job as influencing. You're supposed to be influencing others. So, I mean, if you don't align with that belief, you should be influencing others to, stand up for what's right. But if you do, I mean, I expect nothing else from you than to keep posting that. But I mean, in their case, like, it's totally different. But I am happy that people held him accountable. They
held them all accountable, but
everyone should be held accountable.
Still love them though. No hate, no hate. Because I know they didn't mean anything against it. Like they weren't trying to do that to anger people. Like they just like McDonald's, like every other big back bitch. Like let's not even.
But I
play.
do agree with like cancel culture. It definitely has.
It has to be done sometimes. Yes.
100%. Some people definitely deserve to be canceled.
Yes.
But when is there the time for the person to actually grow? Like if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like the best case of that is Tana Mojo.
Yes.
Like
I would say
Mojo. Because y'all know how she started out. Like she was saying the N-word all the time. She got called out for saying the N-word. She apologized. Has she said it since?
Nah.
I don't think so.
I mean, not on camera.
No, who knows?
She ain't been caught.
But who knows? Yeah, she hasn't been caught. But she used
I love
to say
Tana
it, like, all the
but
time.
I mean, when it comes to white people, I always gotta say that.
Yes,
you just have not been caught because
I've caught too many white people saying the N-word. We're getting off
not
the
even
topic.
just white, all
yes,
all the walks
Why
of
was
life,
I-
non-black.
This is a side conversation, y'all. Why was I in wonder the other night rushing to go get food, and there's these 3 Latino boys, and they just kept saying it, and I looked because I thought they were black for a second. I thought they're just light skinned. I looked up, they're all Latino, and I'm like,
Well,
now
I
what?
told
And
you-
like,
I
and I'm
mean,
standing
not-
there, and I'm like, I should say something. I should have said something when they left the
Nah,
store,
you're-
but there's no point of me saying anything because if I was like, I was thinking of being like, are any of y'all black? Are any of you guys black? And if
I'm
there were
hearing my people, but
I'm not seeing my people. I love when Sophia does that. Like my best friend Sophia, she's white, but she's a real one. Like she stands. So there is. I'm getting so off topic, but this is real quick, y'all. She was at a Halloween party. There was these white boys dressed up as prisoners, and they kept saying the N-word. And she was like, "I keep hearing black people, but I'm not seeing black people." Like, yeah. So you white people, just watch your mouths. It's not that hard. I don't go around calling y'all cracker.
But
Okay,
with
you can cut
Tana,
that.
I think she definitely is a good example of like growth.
Mm-hmm.
But I think even like my dad will always talk about this because he'll mention people that I'm like, oh no, they're canceled. Oh,
Yeah.
like what do you mean? Like
Like Shane Dawson.
no, like I would say like
You're like, no, why
no,
you
my
come
dad
and
would
brought him
not
up?
be bringing up no Shane Dawson. Like my
He
dad does
knows
not
better.
know who Shane Dawson is. I like, oh no, and he's gonna be watching this and he's going to search up Shane Dawson. And I'm telling you this right now, Dad. Do not search up Shane Dawson. Like,
Don't
please
do it.
Please
Don't
and
do it,
you said
Randall,
Shane
don't.
Dawson because you knew that would rile me up.
I
Like you said that.
listen,
on
but here's the
purpose.
thing. You know who brought him up the other night? Danica. And she was like, I still watch him. I said, girl, why? She's like, I love him. I was like, no. She was like, I know. No, I'm exposing her too much because that's not okay.
No, 'cause I'm about to go up to Danica and be like, what was Shane doing to them cats? No, I'm just kidding.
But seriously, what was he doing to those cats?
What was he? Search that
Right.
up. No, don't search that up.
No.
I mean, actually, yes. Be educated on why y'all should not be watching his videos.
Yes. He also did blackface, said the N-word. Like
multiple things.
Yes. And this was before he was fully
Yes.
canceled. Like he was never really
Yes.
canceled for any of that stuff because that was early YouTube where people really did not care
No.
like that.
Because at that time, it was like funny jokes. But at the same time, looking back, like that was not no joke.
No.
Like,
No.
no, at the expense of me, no. That was
Right.
not, especially when your viewers are also black. Like, you don't just have a white fan base, but you thought so. Anyways.
Crazy.
But yeah, my dad will bring up certain people and he's like, always like, you need to let people like grow, which I do understand. Like, I understand if someone was canceled and they actually show real growth. It definitely depends on what you were canceled for.
Yes.
Because for someone canceled for saying like, let's use the N-word since we were already talking about like that. Someone being canceled for the N-word, one, it's very disrespectful. So for me personally, like I already be like, there ain't no going back from that. Because one, I need to understand why that was even in your
vocabulary.
But then also like why you felt the need to say that. I understand if you're young.
Yeah.
Because young people, they're impressionable. So, like I get it. Like I won't hold you too much. But if you're a grown adult, like these people that we see every day,
Why are you saying that?
There are no passes for that. But that's like an example of when I feel like there's growth. If you're young, like Tana, she was young. Like even though we know you hate ads, but this one's important.
Make sure you're following us on Instagram at Broken Living Pod and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Also, this episode, along with seasons 1 and 2, are streaming on Spotify and Amazon Music.
Okay, now let's She was like
Yeah,
16, 17.
yeah, she was
yeah,
young.
Yeah.
There are some different things she has said while being older. So I do get that. But the young stuff, like, I get it because you're young.
Yeah.
You don't really know. But it really heavily depends on what you're canceled for. Like, I will give you room for growth, but it depends on what you do. Like, if someone is SAing someone, there's no growth for that, in my opinion. Like, I think you can grow as yourself, but I just think, like, me supporting you, knowing what you've done to other people, because there's another person who's sitting out here who you've done such and such to, who is out here a victim of you. I just can't support that because I don't know. That goes against my values.
See, to like jump on that, I never know with like SA cases when stuff does come out, like so and so was accused of SAing this girl. They did the. And then they go to trial. Like, I'm gonna use Rex Orange County for this because he's like the perfect example.
Yeah.
I listened to him before the essay like scandal, and then when it was happening, it was like so detailed of what had happened that I was like, this has to be true. Like, I kind of stopped listening to him, and then it came out that he won the case, which shocker. So I kind of was like, okay, like, where do we stand? Like, same thing with Lizzo. Like, and where do we stand with her with the whole background
honestly,
dancer thing? Because people are
I have like 2 point of views with Lizzo. Like, Lizzo is a whole thing, but with the first one, wait, who was that?
Rex Orange County.
Yeah, Rex. I think with him, it's just I'm always gonna believe the victim. Every single time. I don't care what comes out. Like, unless there is something that comes out where it's actual factual, like I need to see facts, papers, statements, videos, like I need to see actual proof that you are a victim. But until then, I'm sorry, I'm always going to believe the victim because no one should be going through that. But with Rex, I think the problem is there was a lot of people who came out against him, which already looks bad because it's like, it wasn't just one person. It was like 5, 6.
Yeah.
But then with like those type of cases and at his stature, like, I mean, I felt like he was going to win no matter what because he got the moolah.
Right.
But then it's just like, it can look weird. Like,
right. Because it's different if it's like 1 or 2
yes,
people
like
coming
it's,
out.
Why, if one person's lying, okay. 5, 6, like
that's
everyone's not lying.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like, okay, so you definitely did that. Either it might not have been all 1150 of your people, but half of those people definitely were hurt by you. And I gotta draw the line there.
Yeah.
I do. And also those cases, a lot of people don't take them serious. Like a lot of times it's very hard for them to prove that they were assaulted or whatever they're saying he did. Like, it's very hard to prove that.
Right.
So
that
of
is
course
true.
they're just gonna drop that stuff. That's why I'm always gonna believe the victim because I'm like, especially if you're a celebrity, unless there's actual facts, I'm sorry, you're canceled for right now, baby.
Like, Russell Brand just got called out.
Him?
But he was already canceled before that.
Like,
like, please.
Don't even bring that man's name up. Like, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying because he was like the most recent like
already
case
chopped,
that just dropped.
And now they chopped him up more. And then he go on making videos talking about, people are coming. Like,
no, you look guilty.
That video.
That's why you never come out
like,
and be
I'm
like,
sorry.
people are lying on my name. You just look guilty
especially when
saying
you know
that.
you're false.
Right.
Do you really
What are you
think that?
doing?
And especially for someone like Russell Brand, like, I'm sorry, we do not care about you enough to be like, free our king. He's innocent. Like, I'm sorry, nobody actually cares that much about Russell Brand to be like
doing that.
No, free.
Especially because that video of him asking Katy Perry for a divorce is resurfacing from her doc. Like, right.
I mean,
you see that.
Like,
yeah, he was sick for that.
Anyways,
so sick.
But
Anyway,
I can touch on the Lizzo thing. I
Yes.
can say my point of view. Lizzo. So from hearing everything, because I watched all them 15-minute TikTok videos where they go actually through the court case. There was this one girl, and I used to during the height of it, I was watching all them videos, and then I also watched her interview with Keke Palmer. So now I have 2. I went with the law says. I got what Lizzo saying.
Fresh me
I
up on this because I don't know.
believe what the like in Lizzo's interview, she was saying that she felt that she just didn't. She blended being the CEO of her company, being the artist, and then being a friend with her dancers. And I do agree because a lot of what the story is like, her dancers felt uncomfortable going to like this sex party that they have, like, or this sex bar in Amsterdam, and it had like a lot of nudity, and was saying that like she forced them to do things and that. Now, for the victim, I totally can see from that story on how you would feel peer pressured. But from the story that Lizzo told, it felt like it was weird. And that's where I be having to say, like, the wording is weird. But then you could also expect that coming from someone who is being accused. For them, like, that's your point of view. But from the interview, I felt that she was very, like, very remorseful, and I felt like she actually understood. But at the same time, in that interview, she really, it's the wording. Like, sometimes you can't come at the victim being like, I think you were just this, and that. And you have to meet them where they're at. That? Not really, but she was just like, kind of like, some of the claims she'd be like, nah, that's a lie, that's a lie. I'm like, well, if you're bringing this to the court, like, it can't really be a lie. I mean, it can be a lie. Yeah. You just got to prove it, which is like, one of the cases is dropped. Obviously, because they couldn't like really prove it. Right. But I think in her case, that one really just had a lot to do with knowing your role. Like, if you know that you are like the artist, you are the CEO of this company, like, you should not be going to a sex bar with your workers. Which she like said, she was like, yeah, like, I was totally wrong for that. Like, I should not have invited them to come. Even though in her story, and I always have to say that in her story, because the victims haven't really came out with like a new updated story. They kind of just left it where it's at. But in her story, she's saying that they decided to show up. Like, they texted her and was like, what are you doing? She was like, I'm here. And they were like, oh, we about to pull up. So that's why Lizzo felt bad, because she's like, y'all were doing this to me. Y'all were doing, like, y'all said y'all were gonna show up. I didn't tell you to come, so why are you feeling peer pressured? And then that's where I'm like, so who's lying and who's telling the truth?
That's crazy.
Like, yeah. So that's why with the Lizzo thing, I'm like, okay, what is going on? There's no updates to this case because one of them was dropped. The other one, like, they're just, well, it was dropped because there wasn't enough evidence. And that word always gets me, because I'm like,
there wasn't enough evidence. What you mean by that?
So easily they could, like, you know, like I said, it's very hard for you to prove certain things. Even though for this type of case, it had anything to do with actual assault. It had to do with like harassment because of all that like stuff. But Lizzo really should have just took an account.
They were making it seem like it was assault. Like, she was like groping on them and stuff like that. That's where my mind went to, because that's how they were addressing it.
They said, well, I mean, a part of that could be line in with assault, because they said like she did do something with the banana, but
y'all. I mean, they were also saying she was fat shaming them.
Yes, which a part of that, and fat shaming,
because they were like, well, you're supposed to be embracing like thick, curvy women, and you're insulting your backup dancers that are thick, curvy women. Like, the math is not mathing.
With that, that's definitely hearsay. Like, if they say she was saying that stuff, I mean, I'ma believe it. But at the same time, it's like, Lizzo, girl, you're a plus size queen. Like, what are you doing? You shouldn't be coming for them. But then at the same time, it's like, was it a joke? Like, what?
Right. Because
was
they
it just a joke that landed bad and was like, actually, I'm so insecure with like my weight. You saying that really made me feel weird. Yeah. Then it's like, okay, you got to speak up. But then we weren't there.
Yeah.
I'm just someone reading what's in the court case and listening to the interviews.
I mean, she just performed at SNL this past weekend, I think. Yeah. She looked great. She sounded great. But what? Damn. Okay, but
sounded great.
I think she sounded pretty good.
The songs are just bad.
The songs are not that good.
The one song is good, but the new song that she performed was bad. Yeah, that's a good song.
Yeah, that was that's a good pop song. People in the comments were like, she's back, like she's killing it, and a lot of people were like, but where do we stand with her? Like, what's our vibe with her? Because
that's where I stand,
love her, but it's
comment
it's
down
like,
below if you know a lot more insight. Comment down below your insight.
We're probably people's insight, because I feel like with the people we know, like, we have all the
no, and with the Lizzo case, I was really on it, because one, I'm like, she's a black woman, she's also plus size curvy. So I'm like,
Easiest target.
So I'm like, I need to get down to the root. What is this story?
Yeah.
Especially it's coming from background dancers who are also black women who are curvy.
Yeah.
Like, this is a black on black crime, and I need to figure out who is in the wrong.
That's so
Welcome
true.
to Bryce's house of
That's
investigation.
crazy. Oh my God.
I don't have nothing but
a gavel.
Yep.
Anyway,
Judge
what's
Bryce.
your next question?
Judge Bryce. So,
yeah, to end, because your last question was about cancel culture. Yeah.
yes. So my next question, this has to do with work ethic. So a lot of, I'm not going to say a specific generation because it's honestly any generation that's older than us. They have a lot to say about our work ethic.
Yeah.
Saying that we're allergic to 9-to-5s and we don't want to work. And my thing is, you're right. I don't want to work. No. But I think my idea of a job is different than what someone who was born in like the 70s or 80s perception of a job. Even though, I mean, a job is a job, but like influencing is a job.
Yeah, like they
There's
do a
so
lot.
many things that can be a job now that you can get paid to do. It's like our generation, we are branching out into those things because
Right.
if I'm like me, if I want to be a music manager, like, I mean, a lot of people probably back in that wasn't like a job that you could do. Like you couldn't get a major to
and you
be
would
a
be
music
fucking
manager.
crazy
Like,
to do that
yes,
job. Like that was
you
an
would be
abnormal
broke,
job.
You know?
Yeah.
And, I mean, I would still be broke like in this day, but that's just due to the state of the world
the
right now.
economic,
The economic
yeah,
state.
let's not play.
But I
those
mean,
tariffs.
like those jobs, like those weren't really like jobs. You had to actually be like being in the post office, like finance, like, and even people on my tours, like when I mention business stuff, like they always go straight to those things. And I'm like, well, no. Like, well, finance. Well, no, not that business. But talk to me about some music stuff or talk to me about like some social media content, creative stuff. Then I can get into the business.
Yeah.
But I just think that's part of it. And I think a lot of older generations don't see that
Yeah.
as that because it's not a 9-to-5. Like, I personally don't want the 9-to-5. Will I work a
Me
9-to-5
either.
because I have to get there? Oh, 100% because I'm humble. Like, I've been working 9-to-5 since I was 15. Like, I mean, well, not a 9-to-5, but I've been having
you
a
were
job
working,
since
yeah.
15. So I understand like the value of a dollar and I understand like what that does.
You know what's so funny? Older generations, like, to call us lazy, they'll be like, I've been working since I was 14 years old. And it's like, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Like, you're not special.
Yeah.
Like, just because I want to go into like, the fuck do I want to do? Just because I want to go into like working on TV sets or
Yeah.
like working on like magazine shoot set, like
Yeah.
not shoot sets, but like those like YouTube like actor to
Yeah,
actor
like
type
creative
set,
shit.
like yeah, like creative
Oh.
shit. Well, like just because I want to do creative things doesn't mean that I'm lazy. Like I
Yeah.
think with our generation, we're more creative because we grew up with like YouTube and we saw people being
Yes.
creative. We grew up with Vine, we saw people being
Yes.
creative. We grew up with Musically, we saw people being creative.
Yeah.
TikTok, we saw people being creative. So you see all these people making money, being themselves, being creative. It makes you want to do that. I'm sorry, I don't want to work some boring ass corporate job like
Yeah.
you did. Because I know you had a dream to do something different than that. You
Yes.
probably wanted to be a singer, an architect,
Yeah.
something like that, and you just decided to settle for the 9-to-5 job.
Which is fine because everyone,
yeah,
like,
that's stability.
no one's
like,
knocking on that because honestly, that is literally everyone who wants to be a creative. Like you have to have a 9-to-5 job in order to sustain yourself until you can.
and you know what I love to bring up is the friends theory. I love to bring up the friends theory because like it really is relevant to this day. Is that like, if you ever feel like you're behind, like look at Rachel season 1. She was what, like 25, 26, having to start her life all over again, like getting a new job that she didn't even want to work, but she had to pay bills. To then end of season, like let's say season 8, she's working at Ralph Lauren, doing what she wanted to do, fashion. Like you just have to take. I think that's what our generation is. We see the bigger picture and we know the like building
Yes.
blocks to get
Which
there. So
can
we
be
take
our
our
downfall
time.
sometimes.
Yeah, it can,
Like,
because
I'm
you
not
want to get
gonna
there
lie.
so quick. Is that you can crash out and burn so quickly.
Yes.
Like, but I also think to go back to like work ethic, I don't think we're lazy. like per se. I just think we want to make money quick.
Yes.
Like I think, and you can blame that on the damn economy.
I was gonna say, yeah, like we have no control over that. Like that is how the economic world wants us to be right now.
Yes,
because everyone is
money
broke.
like this.
Like I don't
Yes,
care how much
everyone is
money.
broke.
Well, actually, I do care how much money you got because Zelle me, straight to my bank account. But everyone is broke. Like we want our money now. But I will agree to some of the laziness. Because,
there are lazy people out there. Like let's not even lie. But I don't even think that's like generational. I think that's just you being a lazy person.
When I worked at Six Flags, I'll give y'all an example. When I worked at Six Flags this past summer, again with a different job now, because I wasn't a basic worker. And not saying that the workers at Six Flags are basic, but I mean that like I had a different job that wasn't like a cashier or stuff.
Yeah, you were
seeing all those people who are like lower Gen Z, Gen Alpha, who are 16, like still not, seeing them like
they're lazy.
Talk about lazy, like them. Yes, us. Some of us, but them, I'm like, y'all gotta stop grouping us with those. And that's why I mean, cut off that Gen Z, because a lot of us, like, we know about work. We know we have to work. We've seen our parents do it. And I'm really just speaking for people who are level-headed as us, because obviously there are Gen Z people who are literally have their head stuck up, you know what? So obviously they don't know it, but I'm speaking for people like us. Like, we know our work ethic. We know how much we're supposed to do. And I feel like we do put our all in. Yeah. But I think there are certain people who do have that like strict mindset of I need to get money quick. And they just are lazy on the job. Like you don't want to work. Like, why are you here? And I've felt that multiple times. Even when I was a lead at Six Flags before that job, like, I felt that. And even my best friend, she can attest. Like when I tell you, like our age range can be lazy. Like watching, like they, sometimes you hate on y'all. Like, the older generation, y'all be right on the laziness sometimes, but it's not all of us, and don't group. And I can't group y'all either. Like, I know some of y'all don't believe that. Everyone's different, but I'm calling out the people who do think that. Like, we're not lazy. You just have to look at it from our point of view.
I have a question for you. So, an old teacher from high school said this to us. I love her, don't get me wrong, but we had a conversation, and she was like, your generation is so weak. Like, you guys are so sensitive. Like, we can't say things like we used to you guys, because you guys just get all up in arms about like gender and stuff like that. And it's like, well, it's not that we're weak or sensitive. Like, there are bitches that are, like, let's not even sugarcoat that. Like, there really are. But I don't think we're necessarily weak or sensitive. I think we've just like lived through, like, everyone has lived through crap.
Yes.
We've definitely lived through crap. Like,
nobody's crap was worse than the other. Well,
right. Are you thinking about
stop me there?
Yeah.
Stop me there, actually. And I stopped myself. I clocked myself.
I think we're not weak in the sense of like, I don't even know. Like, I feel like we have a different mindset when it comes to us being weak. I don't necessarily think we're weak. And it's so funny because it's the same generation that she's in that's also saying, you guys are the generation to save us. Like, you guys are it. Like, you're the ones that can get us out of this like deep depression. Wasn't your generation the same generation that was supposed to be saving the next generation? Like, it's always the next generation to save the next one, to save everybody. Y'all, we are not the generation to say, maybe we are. Who knows?
Nah, I think we can do our part. I feel like there's no saving us, honestly, but I think we can push. Each generation is supposed to push yourself further, and I think we are pushing ourselves further. But
we're doing more vast things than the other generations have done.
Because I think we just also have more resources, so I can't knock them on that. Because I mean, it's also if they had social media, I'm pretty sure they would have been running amok.
Well, here's the thing. They say our generation's the one to save us, but I feel like our generation was also the one to screw us over in this last election. Wholeheartedly.
You can't weed out all the dumb ones. Yeah. Sorry, you can't.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. If I could weed out all the dumb ones, I would. And trust, there would be no... What?
And guess what? It was all they all voted for him because of the economy.
No, and look at you. And look at y'all.
Look at your prices going up.
Watch next year. Y'all about to be all broke, scrambling for your
pockets. Even is raising their prices.
Duh.
That's how you know it's
All
bad.
you Shein hoes and
That's
you
how you
Timo
know
hoes,
it's bad.
y'all
That's how
about
you know
to be.
it's bad. Is when your Shein clothes are going up. Because Shein was like, I can buy like 60 things for like $130 and I'm set. Not anymore.
Nope.
Not anymore.
And that was on the dime of little kids making your outfits.
Clock it.
Anywho,
Yeah,
but as for the weakness thing, I don't think we're weak. I think in certain topics, I think our generation, we just know when things are not games and when things are, because certain jokes that y'all used to be able to make and like comedian things, like even though when it comes to comedians, I give them more leeway because it's like certain things are funny. Like you know my sense of humor.
Yeah, we do.
My friends know my sense of humor. So I can't really speak on when it comes to what comedians say because what I find funny, y'all, is the things that y'all would probably cancel.
Yeah.
So it's different. But I also grew up in like watching all of those movies like Little Man and a lot of different
White
older
chicks.
movies, like movies who can make jokes like that. So I understand the humor.
Yeah.
But I also think it's like when you guys are blatantly using like the F slur or blatantly like saying things when it's supposed to be a joke, when it's like, no, you're actually hurting a community. Like that's when
you're purposely being offensive, thinking you're joking, but you're really just being offensive.
Yes. And like my parents will always say, like, you have to be tasteful.
Yes.
And like you can't just be making jokes or saying stuff that's not tasteful. I get back then that was tasteful.
Yeah.
But it's like those things were accepted. Like that's not accepted nowadays. Like you need to be more cautious on what you say.
Yeah.
But that's every year. Like, do you really think stuff that you could say in the 60s, you could say in the 90s? Like,
no.
Do you really think stuff that you could say in the 80s, you could say now? Like,
no.
And that's just time.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think we're weak. I think there's just certain topics where we know it's not a joke and it's not funny. Like, do we be joking about like, do we be playing pumped up kicks during lockdown drills? Well, yes, but that's because literally our entire education, we were worried about someone coming into school.
I still am, y'all. Y'all see what happened earlier today at Florida State University.
I did see that, yes.
I mean, that's still going on. And you have to understand, like, when you say we're weak, like, you have to think about
the stuff we've gone
y'all
through.
Probably definitely did have school shooters, but not to this extent. Like, kids can literally have so much access to guns that they never did before.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, well, let me not say that because I wasn't born then. But they just have a lot of access to guns. So y'all don't go through what we do right now.
Also, to bank off of that too, I think older generations just don't understand like the trauma that comes with previous school shootings and how they reflect on your safety at school. Like, I remember before Sandy Hook, the doors were unlocked. Like, they had the elementary doors wide open. After Sandy Hook, they installed locks. You needed a key card to get in. You need to be buzzed in, all that stuff. Like, it's not a joke, but it gets to a certain point where you have to just start like not making a joke out of it, but just like lightening the topic by like being like, so what's your exit strategy just in case like there's a shooter coming in and you're like
nervous laughter. Like,
yes, like exactly it's nervous laughter.
It
like literally playing pumped up kicks in the middle of a lockdown drill is like, I mean, that's kind of fucked.
I'm not even gonna lie. If somebody did that,
you'd be pissed.
Y'all, I'm sorry. This should not be a joke, but
I like the song. But
not
I
in
like
that moment because I'm over here nervous and I'm scared for my there's a shooter on campus and you want to play this song.
But I said drill because I have seen a video of someone playing the song during a drill.
But how do we know when it's a drill and when it's not?
Yeah, that's true.
I never understood.
That's another thing. I see a lot of people our age being like, I made it out. Like, I made it out of school. Like, I made it out with my life.
Yeah.
And older generations just don't understand that. And I feel like that's where our weakness comes. But it's really just like us. It's just our trauma.
Yeah.
Like, it's just our trauma. And you know what? We handle our trauma differently. Either there's some things with our trauma we just don't want to talk about. They're very sensitive topics. Or we'll use our trauma as as a healing process. And we'll joke about it being like, oh my God, like I was like... I can't even.
But that's honestly Gen Z humor.
That's Gen Z humor. We have dark humor. Yeah.
Like, but I also do understand with older generations because you definitely did go through a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So like their trauma, we cannot compare to our trauma. Two different
That's
like,
true.
generations. But just like don't shit on us for how we handle our trauma.
Yeah.
When it's like if we did a time travel, like I mean, older generations were definitely probably doing that to millennials. So I get it. But you know, think about that.
Right.
Like, would you want like you're doing what other people did to you? Like you, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do unto others how you would like them to do to you. Like,
which that concept is getting lost nowadays. It's not.
They don't teach that anymore.
They don't teach a lot of things they should be teaching.
Critical race theory.
Oh. Oh my God. I feel like we should do a part 2 to like talking about generations because there's so much other things we could talk about. Like we're already at an hour.
Yeah.
And there's like so many other things like I could talk about just like people raising their kids nowadays. Like we touched on that a little bit with the Sephora children, but like they're, oh my God, we could do a whole 25-minute segment on millennial parents raising their kids right now.
No,
like
because it's
bad.
Yeah.
These kids
Y'all gotta stop being best friends and stop being parents.
You're not Lorelai Gilmore, damn it. Stop it. Stop.
But I mean, I can't even talk because if I was a parent,
you'd want to be Lorelai Gilmore?
I would, because like, what do you mean? But you have to understand the difference. Like you can be best friends, but still like.
She still parented
you
Rory.
You can't talk to me like that. Like,
yes, she still would clock Rory when she would get disrespectful.
Like,
yes.
but she would let it slide sometimes, which is like, that's what parents, you're supposed to, you know?
Yeah,
you gotta push yourself. Like, you gotta give your kids some leeway. But
to make mistakes.
But nowadays, y'all just be like, oh, little Johnny, he didn't need that. Meanwhile, he's beating up some kid, bullying him, and then he got stabbed. Like,
yeah.
Don't bully kids, and you were just letting your son like, oh, he's fine. Like he didn't mean anything.
No,
he's having a rough time at home. Like, well,
that's your fault if he's having a rough time at home. Let's not even play.
His dad just got divorced. You know, he's going through it. Like, oh, so you just
solved the problem. Yes. It's the father. Anyway,
it's always the father. He needs to go out and get some milk or something. Gosh.
Oh my God.
Let me stop. But we should wrap it up here before I get too long. I really enjoyed this conversation. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. I hope you guys can, you know, take something from it.
Let us know if you want a part 2 of us talking about generation.
Carmen. Comment PT2.
PT2, yes. Comment PT2. If you're a real one, definitely comment PT2 because not a lot of y'all be commenting below of like what you want us to do.
What do I gotta do?
Yeah.
What do I gotta do?
Cause there's so much. And if you do want us to do a part 2, we were supposed to have a guest today, but she is coming down with strep throat. So she said, so we could reschedule and do a part 2 with her. So let us know if y'all are down for that.
Comment PT2. And also don't forget to vote for my friend.
Yes.
By the time you're ending this is time. You have free time to go out, open your phone. It literally takes maybe like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Press that
Not
button.
even. I kind of got lost on there because I was like, did I vote?
Yeah,
like,
there
what's
are
going
like
on?
a whole bunch of stuff because you can donate. Like there are different. Hey, if you want to pay some money to vote for my friend, oh, you a real one, and I want you to comment down below.
If you did, yeah.
Comment when done. Hello.
I did it.
No. But anywho.
Yes, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Like he said, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, follow us on Instagram, do the whole shebang. Like we finally hit 100 followers a couple days,
which is a big milestone.
Yes, we finally made it.
Especially coming from a campus podcast. Like it's not just like our own thing. Like no, we are on campus.
Yeah,
we are making this work. So thank you guys for supporting. I'm always forever grateful.
Love you guys for
my fans.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I have to be cocky sometimes.
Whatever. People
cocky.
really do just listen for me though.
Oh, so let's mute you next.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, we're ending this. I'm sick of his disrespectfulness.
Reaches for the button.
Bye, guys.